The Russia hoax and how that distracted us from addressing this virus. The Democrats have played nothing but politics since day one. They've never accepted that President Trump was president.
Stay tuned.
They were distracted from serving Americans. They were distracted during...
5 minutes. Breaking news alert.
While Democrats are still licking their wounds from the November 3rd election day, experts say the party will need to make changes and resist making some of the same errors in hopes of claiming victory in the state of Georgia. Flipping the seats held by incumbent Republicans David Purdue, Kelly Loeffler will be an uphill battle for John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. But a victory will give Democrats the power to pass Biden's legislative agenda. Georgia Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler 3 times refused to acknowledge that President Donald Trump lost re-election in November during a debate Sunday with her Democratic opponent, Reverend Raphael Warnock, ahead of a runoff election next month. Asked specifically about President-elect Joe Biden's victory in Georgia and whether she agreed with Trump's accusations of widespread voter fraud, Loeffler sidestepped the matter.
The Russia hoax and how that distracted us from addressing this virus. The Democrats have played nothing but politics since day one. They've never accepted that President Trump was president. They were distracted from serving Americans. They were distracted during the pandemic, and now they've used the pandemic to try to fundamentally change this country and put the cost of big government on the back of hardworking Georgians. That's why I'm fighting to make sure that the Republican majority is retained in the Senate, because we are the shock absorber for common sense policies that bring Americans together, that lift everyone up, that provides for great educational choices for kids, that stops the radical agenda of the abortion on demand that Democrats want, that attacks our Second Amendment rights. They want to take away our guns. They want to tax guns, and they want to fundamentally change America, and radical liberal Raphael Warnock is their agent of change.
Georgia Democratic Senate candidate Reverend Raphael Warnock said Republican candidate Kelly Loeffler hadn't offered COVID-19 relief in months. Meanwhile, she was busy dumping millions of dollars of stock profiting from a pandemic. Who does that? Said Warnock at the debate hosted by the Atlanta Press Club.
And as I move all across the state, Greg, people aren't asking me about the courts and whether we should expand the courts. I know that's an interesting question for people inside the Beltway to discuss. But they're wondering, when in the world are they going to get some COVID-19 relief? They haven't gotten any from Kelly Loeffler in months. And when she had a chance to stand up for ordinary people, she thought $600 was too much. Meanwhile, she was busy dumping millions of dollars of stock, profiting from a pandemic. Who does that?
The Democratic challenger, John Ossoff, debated against an empty lectern as Senator David Purdue, the Republican incumbent, declined to participate in the debate ahead of the runoff election.
Well, it's a strange situation to be asking a question of a sitting United States senator who is not here to debate as he asks for the votes of the people to be reelected. Senator Perdue, I suppose, doesn't feel that he can handle himself in debate, or perhaps is concerned that he may incriminate himself in debate, both of which, in my opinion, are disqualifying for a U.S. senator seeking re-election. He may not wish to be asked questions, for example, about his trades in Regions Bank while he championed legislation to benefit the firm, or his trading of defense contractor stocks while he directed taxpayer dollars to them. But whatever the reason that Senator Perdue is not with us today, I think what I would ask him is why he continues to oppose $1,200 stimulus checks for the American people at this moment of crisis. If I had the opportunity to ask the senator a question, if the senator were not too much of a coward to debate in public, then that's what I'd ask him.
The battle between Warnock and Loeffler and Perdue and Ossoff will determine which party controls the Senate at the beginning of Biden's presidency. A towering presence, run like the wind. Be a king or a queen. Live in the Philippines.